Hey guys, Oceanside here. Today we got a 2025 Yamaha R9. Finally got done with the 600-mile break-in period. So now we're going to be doing an oil change. We're going to be changing out the oil filter. We're going to be cleaning the chain. And more so importantly, we're going to be seeing what kind of debris and metal shavings came out of the oil for this first 600 miles. Let's get to it. Now, in order to do an oil change on this bike, you do need to remove 6 of these hexagonal bolts. There's 3 on each side, and they all take a 4mm. Now, you can choose to use an Allen key or a wrench. I prefer using a wrench, so it's going to hopefully take me a little less time, but use what you have. Now, if you're somebody like me, an easy way to keep track of all your bolts that go missing is by taking out a piece of cardboard, making a nice little X cut, and then just putting your bolts right on in. Simple as that. Now, for this part, you don't have to, but I do recommend putting the bike up on stands, especially if you're going to be on nice, hard concrete. Just because with this being soft and you're going to have to pull down on this, you just want to have as much clearance as possible so you don't scuff up or scratch your bodywork. That would be a perfect example of why having some more clearance, because you need that force to pull down on it. Now, before I get too far ahead of myself, your oil drain plug is right here, and right up here, here's your oil filter you're going to be changing out. Now, before, like I said, we are going to be seeing what's coming out of this. By that, I have a magnet. Now, I just got this one off Amazon. I believe it holds about 25 pounds, so way more than what we're going to be needing just to grab particles. But let's get to it. Now, for this, it is a 17mm. So go ahead, grab yourself a wrench or ratchet or power tool. Be able to get this off, hopefully. Alrighty. Let's see what we can wind up catching from this. Well, hopefully we'll catch something, if anything. If not, it's not a bad thing either. It's looking pretty clean. Not much to be too worried about. I'm not seeing really any shavings to mention of. Alright, now let's get the oil filter without burning myself. Now, after getting yourself a good, sturdy and secure oil filter, wrench or pliers or whatever you need to get this thing off, just slowly get her working. It is a little bit of an awkward space, hard to see, but should slowly, bit by bit, get it to start moving. And before you know it, we'll just get her done by hand, reposition, and look at all that oil oozing out. Now, I don't actually expect to see if I catch a whole lot of metal shavings, but it would be nice to see if there is any sort of chunks going on aside from the discoloration that's appearing with the oil. If I manage to not get it stuck on there too much. Let's see. And there is some small metal shavings on there. Nothing to be really too concerned over though. Just gonna let this drip for a little bit, and then we're gonna throw in that new oil filter and give it some fresh oil. Now, because I absolutely hate using oil wrenches, because either you have a tight fit or it's just not wanting to bind up right, I do like to run K&N. Now with theirs, you are able to just throw on a wrench, or even if you need to for race wise, put some safety wire on there. You can do so many things with it, and it's just, I absolutely love it. It saves me a hassle, and I prefer to stick with them, not just because of all the simplicity it brings to my life while doing these oil changes, but also just because of the performance in it, of how it filters out all the garbage that is in your oil. I love them. I stick by them. I use them in every vehicle I have. Now, I will say the one big downside of using this is that its size is just massive compared to the other one. I mean, this one's using a 5/16, while the other one was using a 17 millimeter. So it's a big difference, and it is going to be a little bit of a hassle, because when I was able to use 17 millimeter for both this and the standard oil drain plug, now I'm going to have to run my chain through. Not a big deal, but it is just a little bit of an inconvenience. Now, because this does have a little bit of an O-ring seal built in on that washer, I am going to be actually lubing it up and giving it some oil around it. Just be cautious, make sure that when it does go on, it's not going on dry, and that it actually has something to ease it going onto the threading, and hopefully not damage anything. Put this back on. Nice little trick that I like to do. It's going to be tip it over, get some of that oil on that cap, with my finger, and just rub it around on those threads, on that O-ring, get it all nice and jazzed up. Start tighten it by hand. Now, same thing for the oil drain plug. I like to make sure the seal's all nice and lubricated, and usually I like to fill it up about halfway, let the material get wick. Let's see, right about there. Just roll it around, get everything on the inside coated. If I put this on without burning my hand. There we are. That is a little slick. Just my hand's getting a little oil on, so I'm just going to give it a little tweak. Now, before I go on any further, I do want to actually clean up any and all these oil spots that I wound up getting excess drips going on. Alrighty, now I didn't close up the belly pan just yet, because I want to make sure we take off this, we wind up putting in our oil, and that we have no leaks whatsoever. So that would be a massive downside to all the work in progress we've just put in. Oh, she is thirsty. And as you can see, we're just a skosh above that line. So might need to let a little bit out, but once we get the engine turned on and let everything settle, we will see if we need to or not. But as of right now, there is no drips or anything going on. So we're all secure there, and we're good to put the belly pan on once we're done making sure that the oil level is correct. Now, after dropping it, turning the engine over, putting it back up, checking the view report, it is slightly under where it was at before. By slightly, by a good bit. When I did turn the engine over, it did have absolutely no oil showing in that view report. So just out of a little bit concern of that might be running a little dry in some areas, I am going to add a little bit more oil, bring it up, turn it over, and see where it rests. Alrighty, now we're going to put this panel back on. Belly pan, right where we first got her, making sure that we line up everything where we're going on it. And then do it on the other side. And when attaching this belly pan, don't be an idiot like me be careful if you were running it to get your oil moving about. Otherwise, you're going to wind up burning and blistering your finger like I'm going to wind up having. Then I just put these bolts back on. Alrighty guys, now we're on to cleaning the chain. Normally I do use Maxima Chain Cleaner. Unfortunately, I am all out at the moment, so I will be just using the multi-purpose penetrating lube. Kind of, you want to akin to like WD-40. It's going to help clean it up, but I'm not going to use this as just being the lube, just as a means of getting the chain clean. And with that, I absolutely love using my Grunge brush. Helps clean multiple sides all at once. I do recommend using the metal one. Ask me about it and maybe I'll let you know on what happened to the plastic one. Anyways, I do suggest also one more item about this, and that is cardboard. So just that way when you're spraying, you aren't getting it all over your rotors, you're not getting it all over your tires, you're not getting it everywhere that you don't want it to be at. Now when I do this, I do like to add usually a big generous amount, but I think this time around I'm going to try going with just small streaks of it and then just let the abrasion from the brush do most of the work and just use this as a means of getting it ready and prepared for it. No need to waste a whole can on doing this, just getting it a little bit wet just so that way we are ready. Now the beauty of this brush is that you can clean 3 sides at a time. So typically I usually like to just go underneath, get it on there, and just hold it and let it go. Now, after a couple cycles of just having it on the bottom and just doing it this way, you want to make sure you're getting your top links too. So just flip it, and there you are. You're getting top as well. Now that we're at the point where I'd basically get any old stain, nasty rag, get whatever debris that might be in it out, just take it and just try to soak up all that extra gunk, whether it be the extra MPPL or chain cleaner. Already you can see just how much that's picking up just from using a rag. Don't feel afraid to move the rag around. Try to coat as much as you can. The more that you have in the rag, the less you have on the bike. Now, I do live on Oahu, so we are in a bit of a more coastal climate. Before, I was using a lot of the Maxima Chain Guard. And now I'm going to try testing out the Chain Wax. I've heard that this winds up like tacking on a little bit better. It's supposed to hold up better with our salty air. Now, this isn't going to go on exactly like the other one where it's going to be clear. It is going to be a little more tackier, as you can see, and a little more yellow. That it is wax, so it's not something I'm too surprised about. Don't forget to angle it so that way you're in the tops of the rollers as well. And so that way it can trickle down and get underneath. Try to get it so that way it moves about, but this is more of a waxier substance, so it is going to take a little more effort to kind of apply and paste on. And that's okay. If it needs to take a little bit more time, it needs to take a little more time. No need to rush something like this. You're trying to increase performance and protect your chain for longevity. Don't forget to get underneath. Not forgetting to get the top. Try to get these brushes in there. And there you go.
Hey guys, made our way over to Chinaman's Hat, and everything looks good, sounds good. Everything's handling the way it should be. Got her a little bit of wash, but ooh, Pawn already got her dirty. Let's go for a ride and see how she goes. Ooh, got some bumps going on over here. Gotta dodge all of these things. Looks like all good. Beautiful view on out. Yeah, but everything looks good, sounds good, is responsive. Now, obviously I'm a new channel, so if I can get a like, comment, or if you can subscribe, that'd really help out. I love to keep on making more content for you guys. I already do have some future videos planned. Currently waiting on for more parts to come on in, and looking forward to slapping those on the bike. I will have a future video coming out soon talking about my 600-mile first break-in period review of the bike. So look forward to that coming out pretty soon. Till then, see you on the flip side.